This largely rural river is relatively unaffected by pollution and home to more than 30 species of fish. Parts of the waterway also form a very unique boundary. Find out which river it is and exactly where I am in just a moment. Today, our search for a country home scores full marks from him.
10 out of 10 so far.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it also pulls on her heartstrings. Are you okay?
Yeah.
It's good when you find somewhere you love.
We can start living.
Today, we're in the southern Welsh borders and I'm on the River Wye, a site of special scientific interest and conservation. The river begins its journey in the moorlands of central Wales before travelling over 100 miles through Powys and Herefordshire before ending up at the mouth of Gloucestershire's Severn Estuary. Now, on this side of the river, we have England, and on this side, we have Wales, making this point of the River Wye a perfect natural boundary. Today, we're in the southern section of the Welsh borders, taking in the English counties of Herefordshire and Gloucestershire, along with the Welsh county of Monmouthshire. Once a hunting ground for Tudor kings, Gloucestershire's splendid Forest of Dean is now home to the country's largest area of mature oak, thanks to Lord Nelson, who had 30 million acorns planted due to his concerns about the need for timber for shipbuilding. The tranquil outlook of the River Wye at Brockwere belies its past as a busy shipping centre. The key here was the last tidal stop for boats travelling upriver, after which large vessels would have to transfer their cargo to smaller, shallower barges, which were then hauled onwards by teams of men. And at the market town of Monmouth, the River Wye meets with two other waterways. Over the River Monnow sits the only surviving fortified medieval bridge in Britain, built in the late 13th century, with a gatehouse added as part of the town's defences in the 14th century. It was also in the 14th century that Henry V was born in the town's castle, immortalised by his campaigns against the French, including a remarkable victory at Agincourt. He remained known as Harry of Monmouth and is considered by some to be the country's greatest ever monarch. So whether you're interested in legendary leaders, lush valleys or ancient woodlands, the Welsh borders is a fantastic region to head to. As well as some stunning countryside, this part of the UK offers some very attractive property stock. Do bear in mind, though, if you're after a Gloucestershire postcode, then the price of a detached house here, on average, is £26,000 below the national figure. Across the border into Herefordshire, and the price drops. You get more for your money. It's £30,000 below the national average. And if you want even more for your property pound, then head into Monmouthshire, where you get the biggest bargains. So what about today's buyers? Which corner of this gorgeous countryside are they looking to call home? Let's meet them and find out. Peter and Karen from the outskirts of the city of Bristol first met at their local pub as teenagers.
I was only 16 and Pete was 18, and I just looked across the bar and he was by a snooker table, and I remember thinking, oh, God, he's so quiet and lovely. I think it was love at first sight. I had to sort of get him round a bit, because he'd never noticed me like I'd seen him.
I did.
Did you?
The pair went on to marry and now have 3 sons and 4 grandchildren. Karen stayed at home looking after the family, whilst Peter set up his own plumbing business. And although they've seen big life changes, they've never moved very far from the spot of their Bristolian teenage rendezvous.
I've lived in Bristol 61 years. And from the house we're in now, I've never moved any more than 4 miles away, and we've moved about 7 times.
They may not have gone far, but Bristol has certainly moved on.
It's just going mad, and it's a really big city now, and it's only going to get bigger.
Noisy, we've got constant noise, haven't we, from the traffic. Just a constant droning of the motorway, the M4, and then, of course, next to that you've got the ring road. There's literally hundreds of cars. isn't it? Come past here in the mornings.
Peter is looking to cut down on his plumbing work, and they're both looking for a bit more peace and quiet. So they've decided to change the habit of a lifetime and finally move away from Bristol.
The place we're looking to move to is the Welsh borders. And we really like Ross-on-Wye and sort of Monmouth way. It's got it all in a small area, and we can still come back and see our family. So it's just perfect, isn't it?
We love the Welsh borders because we went to Ross-on-Wye last year on my 60th with our children and grandchildren. We've done kayaking down the River Wye, because if we do go there, we'll probably buy some kayaks, won't we?
Yeah.
As well as taking up kayaking, they're hoping for a new rural lease of life for their other interests.
We've always cycled. We love it, absolutely love it. Every Sunday, we go out for about a 10 and 15 mile ride.
Our cycle rides around here aren't very nice, are they really? So it'll be nice to go somewhere and do a different route. My main hobby is gardening, it always has been. I'm never happier than if I'm out pottering around. A very big part of my life, gardening. And I feel that we'll be able to design a new garden that we'll enjoy as much as this one, won't we?
We're really excited about moving. The next chapter in our life, can't wait.
Peter and Karen are open to living anywhere in the Welsh borders with good road links back to Bristol for family, friends and Peter's plumbing business. But before we start looking at houses, I'm meeting them in their chosen region to find out more about what they want from their move. Karen, Peter, lovely to see you. Welcome to the southern Welsh borders. What attracted you to this gorgeous part of the world?
It's just heaven on earth, but like 50 miles from where we're living now, so what could be better? It's part of our plan to downsize and start enjoying ourselves and doing something that we want to do.
And Peter, I understand there's some urgency in the move.
Yeah, we've sold our house and we've got to be out 3-4 weeks' time.
Yeah.
And what kind of property are we looking for?
Detached, probably with nice views. We don't mind a challenge to a house.
No. If we're busy doing something, then we're at our best, aren't we?
Yeah.
How many bedrooms would you like?
3.
3.
Yeah.
No more, no less.
Yeah.
So 3-bedroom property, maybe a bit of a project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garden size, what would you like to see there?
I'm looking at about an acre. If it's a blank canvas and I can do something with it, that would be all the better.
And the style of property, is that important to you?
We don't like brick-faced houses.
No.
And we don't like low ceilings and dark beams. Nothing
No.
where the floors are all wonky. We like character, but there again, we wouldn't mind a brand new house. You know, we're quite flexible, aren't we?
Yeah.
What about the views surrounding this property? How important are they?
Very important.
Yeah, very important. We live on top of a hill now, so we're used to views.
And Peter, what about the commute? Because you're still going to be working?
Yeah. Be travelling back to Bristol.
And what kind of distance would you like?
40 to 50 miles.
Yeah.
And what's your budget for this move?
Well, we can stretch to 500,000.
Yeah.
But if it needs some work doing, it's going to have to be like 450.
We've only got a few weeks to get you moved, so let's get searching. Come on, let's not waste any time. For a maximum purchase price of £500,000, Karen and Peter would like a detached property with 3 bedrooms and a good-sized garden that's within commuting distance of Bristol. They'd like some views and are happy to take on some work if the price is right. We have 3 incredible houses lined up to show them, and at each they'll be guessing the asking price before I reveal it. The final tour will be our mystery house, which will give them a surprising twist to their wish list. We're starting our Welsh borders search in Llangaran, a small village in the English county of Herefordshire. The large village of Whitchurch is around a 6-mile drive away and has an historic inn serving food, as well as a village store with coffee shop. There's also a garden-themed cafe and an intriguing clock tower built in Victorian times by Amelia Panter to commemorate her siblings and serve the local community. But back in Llangaran, along from the church down a peaceful lane, is the house we've come to see. Karen, Peter, here we are, property 1. Fabulous cottage, wrap-around garden. Initial thoughts?
Very nice.
Yeah.
So far,
Beautiful.
so
Yeah.
good. 10 out of 10 so far.
Oh, I like that.
Wow.
10 out of 10 so far?
10 out of
Yeah,
10.
come on.
All right, let's get in there. You can't wait, can you? Thought to date from the early 1900s and built from local stone with a Welsh slate roof, the stable-style front door opens into a very welcoming, bright and airy kitchen. In you come. Is this how you would have your kitchen, this kind of...
Yeah. Our kitchen is this colour, and the worktops are beautiful.
Yeah.
Good, you wouldn't need to do a thing with it. This is our colours. Tiled floor is similar to what we've got in our kitchen.
So you're feeling quite at home here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't fault it at all.
The size is perfect.
Yeah.
It's homely, it's got character, it's just the right size.
The kitchen is a part of the original cottage. What we can see just behind the kitchen, the sunroom, that was added on by the current owner about 3 years ago. I know you love that light,
Yeah,
airy
it's very
feel.
important, yeah.
And then just to the left of the kitchen here, you've got an additional shower room, which the current owner put in, and also a boot room area, utility too. Peter, you gave the house a 10 out of 10 before we walked in. Are we still at a 10?
Definitely, yeah.
OK, great.
Yeah.
Well, there's much more to see. Let me take you through to the living room next.
Right.
Yeah.
Peter and Karen are feeling right at home already. And tucked under the stairs, there's also a useful enclosed pantry, whilst next to the kitchen is the largest reception room. And this room wraps round into that sunroom. So you've got that kind of open plan, but then that feeling of this nice snug space to come in the evening.
Yeah, it is. Look at the thick depth of the windows.
Yeah.
Garden hugs the house. Every window has a view,
Really interesting.
either of your garden or the fields behind. So smiles all round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there are parts of the property that could be a project for you, because I know you wanted that. So, yeah, we've thought of that too.
See, if you move in and it's all up together, we'll probably be bored to tears. So if there is something that you're saying that we could do, which we don't know what it's going to be.
Well, we'll get to the project in a moment, but before we do that, let's have a look upstairs.
Yeah.
Let me show you the 3 bedrooms that we've got to take a look at.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can't do better than 10 out of 10. So let's see if we can retain those full marks as we head upstairs, where a family bathroom serves all 3 bedrooms, starting with a room to the rear of the property, large enough for a double bed, with a window to one side looking out towards rolling hills. To the front of the property, the smallest of the bedrooms is currently a nursery, which leaves the 3rd bedroom a large double.
Yeah.
Is that a good... Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Nice size.
Yeah.
3 windows in here as well.
it's filled with life, and you've got the views as well, which I know you were craving,
Yeah.
so...
It's just got such a lovely feel about it. It's like move in, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So thumbs up all round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still at a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't even shown you that little project that you can work on as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OK, let's head out into the garden.
All right.
All right.
Heading out via the side door, it's possible to really appreciate that garden room outlook and the rear section of the mature wraparound garden. Backing onto open countryside, it totals just under 3/4 of an acre. Plus, I can now reveal this already top-scoring property comes with a bonus of 3 former stable blocks, 2 of which are ripe for refurbishment, and the 3rd which has been beautifully finished as a home office and music room.
Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, my God, Pete.
Well, you've got 3 outbuildings like this, but I thought with the other 2, you wanted that project. What could you turn the other 2 into? That could become bedrooms for family, friends, where they come to stay.
Shows what
You know, lovely little places for the grandchildren to build up those wonderful memories.
Wasn't expecting this.
No. Oh, this is amazing. To have this quality in an outhouse, and look at that beam and the
This is the
ceiling.
original beam. They've stripped back this cedar beam.
This is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
It really is. I never thought ever.
No.
That they would have this extra space. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, Karen, it's okay. It's good when you find somewhere you love.
We can start living.
I ain't touching you, Todd.
Oh, okay. Right, I'm going to get tissues, and then let's talk about price, and then let's maybe grab a cuppa after that as well. Come on.
After an emotional reaction, what better place to take a deep breath and pause for thought than in this beautiful and well-stocked country garden?
Peter, can you see Karen feeling right at home here because she loves gardening?
Yeah, that's her life's gardening. Perfect. Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah, I don't know why they want to move, really. It's just so gorgeous. From every angle, isn't it?
Let's talk about price. What do you think this property, this wraparound garden, these outbuildings are all on the market for?
Well, I think it's going to be at the top end of our budget, and I would say 485.
Yeah.
Karen, what do you think it's on the
Yeah, I was
market
going to say
for?
490.
This property, which you love, is on the market for £447,500. Well, now you know the price.
Yeah.
Go and have another look round,
Yeah.
especially those outbuildings, see what you think you could turn them into. I'll let you go exploring now. You know the news about the price?
Yeah, thank you.
Price, music to their ears. Will I be helping them unpack shortly? We'll see.
Coming in more than £50,000 below budget, this 1900s Welsh Borders cottage comes with a large kitchen opening into a sunroom, 3 bedrooms, and outside there are mature wraparound gardens, plus 3 former stable blocks that offer scope for a project.
Oh, this would be gorgeous for breakfast
Yeah,
with the sun coming in. And...
The only problem is, if you come down here for breakfast, I won't want to go back to Bristol.
When we walked up the drive, it was beautiful. The peace and quiet just hit me straight away. And then you sort of walked in and it was, oh my God, I can't believe it. You just got this lovely, warm, cosy feeling. It doesn't need to sell itself anymore, it's already sold.
This house is everything what we want. Nice size, perfect for us. A little bit of work we can do, a few little projects. This could be the one.
Have you seen enough?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good look round?
Yeah.
Do we stop the search right now? Well, I still have another fantastic property to show you, and of course, the mystery house, so more adventures to come.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
The landscape of the Welsh Borders includes the verdant hills of Monmouthshire. This beautiful natural idyll, with its affordable property prices, has much to offer would-be escapees after a more rural lifestyle. Olwyn and Richard Vevers decided to move here from Gloucestershire 28 years ago, setting up a small sheep farming business in the foothills of the Black Mountains. As Peter and Karen are hoping to make their own move here soon, they have a few questions about what to expect.
You've done exactly what we want to do. You're living our dream.
How did you find the people, the local people, when you first came over? Were they friendly?
I mean, the first year I was here, everybody local, whenever they saw me, it was, you know, how are you getting on? Are you liking it? You know, they were very keen that we should actually like the area.
Because our 2 neighbouring farmers have been very helpful right from the start, so we find that useful.
I mean, sometimes you had emergencies when Richard would be at work and something went wrong on the farm with the livestock. Well, all I had to do was lift the phone to my neighbour, and as soon as he'd finished milking, he'd be down here. And if he couldn't sort it, he'd be on the phone and another one of his friends from the next farm would come.
Sheep farming is on the rise in Wales once more, with a record 10 million sheep now in the country, more than 3 times the human population. Olwyn and Richard's small grassland holding has just 40. Their speciality is breeds producing naturally coloured wool, which they sell to hand spinners and felt makers.
What type of sheep have you got?
Mostly in this field I've got Corriedales, but I've got a blue-faced Leicester cross and a Romney sheep. It's normally a white breed of sheep, but they have some recessive coloured lambs sometimes, so you can breed all sorts of different colours.
Olwyn chose Corriedales, a breed that originated in the Antipodes, for their particularly fine fleeces in a variety of naturally occurring colours. They also lamb relatively easily, an important factor for these novice sheep farmers.
The lambs are small compared to the size of the ewe when they're born. So they come out really nice and easily.
Neighbouring farmer Nick Wellington takes on the job of shearing Richard and Olwen's flock. The males are shorn around late spring and early summer, and today Nick is going to show our couple exactly how it's done.
Now, the art of shearing isn't actually what you do with your hands, it's what you do with your feet. Yeah. You dance.
Okay.
Yeah, proper shoes. That's what they're especially made for. Look. So I don't actually bottom your feet if shoes are flat. But if you look at this one, round so you can, I can rock. That's the idea of them.
Each sheep produces up to 3 kilos of wool a year. The females are shorn in December. The plan isn't to dye their wool, so this is when the coats are usually at their cleanest. Olwen picks the fleeces over for vegetable matter before folding them up.
There's a routine way, always fold them in the same way. It's always you roll the sides in, and then you fetch the other side over, and you can feel the lovely grease in there.
You just can't believe that's just come from the sheep.
Yeah.
And it's sort of ready, isn't it?
Much of the fleece is sold, but Olwen saves some to craft beautiful pieces, including rugs, bags and toys.
Well, it's clever stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sheep, they eat grass and they make lovely soft wool.
Yeah.
It seems Karen and Peter may be dyed-in-the-wool converts to life in the Welsh borders. So let's turn our attention back to their property search. We're heading over to Wales and the village of Llandegford in Monmouthshire. The small town of Usk, with a range of shops and services, is a 6-mile drive away. Sitting across a river of the same name, Usk is thought to mean abounding in fish, a fact attested to by some of the local drinking establishments. But back on the outskirts of Llandegford, in a quiet valley setting, we find our second house.
So here we are at property 2.
Yeah.
Now, the original part of this property, which you can see on the left-hand side, was a 2 up, 2 down, built in the early 1800s, and it was extended some 30 to 40 years ago on the right-hand side. First impressions, what do you think?
It's not a bad house,
It looks a bit like 2 houses joined together to me.
but see what it looks like inside. And
Yeah, it's nice and quiet.
Shall we get inside, take a look?
Yeah.
OK, come this way.
The original early 19th century stone-built part of this cottage has been rendered to unify it with a modern extension, and it's an entrance hall in the newer wing that leads us into the large kitchen.
Nice big breakfast diner.
Yeah, nice and light. Good. Nice.
Would this work? Have the
neutral
grandkids running around here?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. The island in the middle that you've always wanted.
Yeah. Nice size.
A kitchen's always a communal area in
Yeah.
our house, so this is good because you'd have the table there as well, wouldn't you, to sit down?
And you love your garden, so that opening up onto the garden would work?
Yeah, lovely.
Great. Well, more of the house to see. Follow me.
Next to the kitchen, there's a handy washroom and utility space, whilst back across the hall in the older part of the home, we find a welcoming reception room.
So this was the part that was built in the early 1800s. Cosy, or cosy and warm.
Yeah, it's kept.
It looks like it's just been done.
Yeah, the whole house has been refurbished in the last 4 years. So it's all been painted, decorated, new wiring's gone in. You've got your lovely
Log
wood burner.
again, yeah. I could picture us in here, can you?
It doesn't do it for me. It just doesn't do it. Yeah, it's just personal preference, isn't it?
Well, there's still more of the house to see, and we've got the garden space to explore as well. So, Pete, if I let you lead the way, let's head upstairs.
Karen's clearly not yet convinced, but this home does offer everything on their wish list. Upstairs, the 3-bedroomed accommodation is served by a family bathroom with freestanding bathtub and separate shower, and an outlook over fields. The first of the guest bedrooms is large enough for a double and has 2 windows on one aspect and a third on another. There's also a smaller guest bedroom which makes the most of the space. Then along a generous landing, we find the 3rd and largest bedroom, which could be Peter and Karen's.
And then into the master bedroom, which has fantastic views. You can literally wake up, look out and watch the sheep grazing first thing in the morning.
Yeah, it's a good size. Built-in storage is always a good thing. So. Nice shaped ceilings. I like things that are a bit different.
So I'm sensing you like this house, but that perhaps part of us is still in House 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is still a nice house.
Oh, yes.
Well, let's explore the gardens. There's still a bit more to see of this property.
Right.
And then I get the feeling we have lots more to talk about.
So there's all the accommodation they've asked for on the inside, and outside, the good-sized garden includes large areas of lawn, as well as pleasantly positioned patio seating, which makes the most of the countryside views. To the rear of the home, French doors open out from the kitchen, plus there's a large timber outbuilding and a working well.
It's the first house we've been, we've actually seen a working well.
Yeah.
You've always wanted one of those.
Always, yeah.
And you wanted somewhere nice and rural, and we can really see in your garden. You've got the horses here, the sheep on the other
Yeah,
side.
you're not overlooked, which is important.
What do you think this property's on the market for?
I wouldn't put it any more than 400,000.
Peter?
I would say more than that, 430,000.
This property is currently on the market for £445,000. So, Peter, you were closest on this one.
They were, yeah.
Now you know the price. Why don't you have another look round and we'll catch up in a bit?
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you.
Once again, significantly below Peter and Karen's £500,000 budget, this extended early 19th century cottage has a large kitchen diner, wood-burning stove and 3 bedrooms. There's a timber outbuilding and a working well, and it's all in a very quiet valley location.
We could have this as our music sort of room. We could put the sofa down there.
Yeah, we've got one that fits,
and
haven't we? Yeah.
When the grandchildren come round, they can sleep on there.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Well, the house is nice. Nothing needs to be done on the house. Yeah, this could definitely be a contender.
It's a nice house. It could be made to how we wanted it. I didn't have this feeling when I walked in. Seeing this has cemented really how we need to go back to the other property. We fell in love with the first property.
Well, property 2 offering lots, but I still think property 1's on their minds. Hello. You've had a good look round the whole property now in the gardens.
Yeah.
And we've still got, at the end of day 1, we've got the mystery house to go in the morning. And I feel we've got lots to talk about, haven't we?
Yeah.
Lots to sleep on tonight and think about.
Yeah. Refreshed for tomorrow. Looking forward to the mystery house. Can't imagine what it's going to be.
Well, tomorrow is another day.
Yeah, that's what I say.
We're in the beautiful southern Welsh borders, helping Peter and Karen from Bristol find their dream rural retreat with a budget of £500,000. One of our properties has already brought a tear to the eye, but there's still the mystery house to come.
You've got the best of everything here. You've got the water and you've got the peace. Yeah, really good feel about it.
Plus, I'm drumming up interest for traditional music in the Welsh part of the region.
Oh, that's gorgeous. I love that. It's a very exciting morning here in the Welsh borders after an incredible day of house hunting yesterday and a very emotional connection to Property 1 from our house buyers, Peter and Karen. So much so that yesterday they put in an offer on House 1. So where does that leave us today with a mystery house? Well, that offer has yet to be accepted, so there's everything to play for. So what do you think you're going to see in the mystery house today?
I think there's going to be something that needs work doing. And I can imagine it be run down a little bit.
No, something more newish, or because we haven't seen anything that's really new, have we?
No.
So Peter, you're thinking it could be a ruin, and Karen, you're thinking it could be totally brand new.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, funny that.
It's a mystery.
Yeah.
Our mystery offering is in the Monmouthshire village of Whitebrook. Located along a pretty waterway, as well as providing the village with a name, until the 19th century, this was the source of an intensive water-powered milling industry.
In the early 1700s, it became really famous for its paper mills. In fact, the church, the Holy Trinity Church, which we passed, was built in 1835 to serve the mill community. It's an area of outstanding natural beauty, not far from the River Wye. Got a lovely fine dining restaurant on what would be your doorstep, because this is the village that is home to the Mystery House.
We've never been here before. Never, ever, have we? We've just never gone on this road. So, yeah.
This little path here is the path that leads towards the Mystery House. Yeah, come this way.
A short distance down a single-track private road, our Mystery House is an 18th century reminder of the area's milling history.
It's a former water mill, lovely sound of running water.
Yeah.
Total seclusion here.
Yeah.
Looks interesting.
So pretty. You've got the best of everything here. You've got the water and you've got the peace. Yeah, really good feel about it.
Yeah, I got a good feel about it.
Yeah, can't wait to see what's up there.
Well, let's not waste any time. Let's get straight in.
Lovely.
Built in the 1700s, the conversion to a home was completed in 2013. Arranged over a total of 4 floors, double doors on the ground floor lead into the kitchen diner. Then the floor above is dedicated to the main reception room, which we're reaching via stone stairs on the outside of the building to start our tour.
So in you come.
Different, yeah. It looks like a picture on there with those
I know every
plants.
window looks like the view outside's been painted. It's so gorgeous.
Yeah.
And the room size?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect,
Yeah. Didn't expect this from the
Not at all, no.
outside to walk into the lounge.
Peter, could you imagine sitting here in the evening in front of your wood burner?
Definitely.
It takes a bit of getting used to, doesn't it? Because it's so different. It's a bit of a shock, really, when you come in.
Well, let's see more. Let's
Yeah.
head down to the kitchen.
The ground floor can be accessed straight from the driveway via double doors, but we're taking the internal stairs down into the country kitchen diner.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this.
Nice farmhouse table for you to gather the clan around.
I've said it before,
Yeah.
this is 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So when you're cooking away or first thing in the morning making that cuppa, and then you've got the doors out and there's the water.
Yeah.
The thing I love most about this room is you can hear the sound of the water.
Yeah. The only thing I could probably be a bit worried about, there's no downstairs toilet.
Well, you've got a plumber on hand. I think I know a very good plumber that might be able to sort that for you.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 so far, and we've only seen 2 of your 4 floors. Let me show you the way to the rest of the house.
Lovely.
The 3-bedroomed accommodation is arranged over the top 2 floors. On the uppermost floor is a large attic bedroom with ensuite bathroom. On the floor below this, there's the family bathroom, next to which there's the smallest bedroom, currently used as a study, whilst Peter and Karen might choose to use the 3rd and largest bedroom as their own.
And into what could be your master bedroom.
Yeah.
Lovely view. First thing in the morning on one side, and then to your garden on the other.
Yeah, very nice.
Our bedroom furniture would go right in there, wouldn't it?
Flows really well. Yeah, it's good. I think the rooms are very big, aren't they? Which is nice. I don't know. It's a beautiful place, but it feels more like something you go and spend a week's holiday or something.
Well, let's explore more. And of course, the garden,
Yeah.
which I know is a particular interest to you.
Yeah.
And we've also got to talk price.
Yeah.
So, let me show you the way.
Lovely.
Some very positive reactions from both Peter and Karen to aspects of this home's interior. But I've yet to show them the gardens, which, arranged over 2 levels, include a stream, a wooded backdrop, as well as a raised stone sun terrace, timber outbuilding, and areas of lawn.
Karen, I'm thinking this could be a real project for you.
Yeah, this definitely will be a project.
Lots of scope for what we can do.
Yes. I mean, I've always wanted a natural wildflower garden. I would definitely do that here.
Time to talk about price. What do you think this property and these gardens are on the market for?
Well, I think is 465,000.
That's what I was going to say. I will go 460.
Okay. Well, this mystery house is currently on the market for 480,000. £150,000.
Good job, I went lower then, wasn't it?
And a lot of house for your money.
Yeah, it is a lot.
Why don't you have another look round? Now you know what the property is on the market for.
Okay.
And, well, we've got a lot to talk about later.
Yeah, lovely. Okay.
Once again, leaving £50,000 to spare in their budget, this 18th century mill conversion could give Peter and Karen a stunning and spacious country kitchen, a further generous reception room, and 3 bedrooms, including an ensuite. It's in a peaceful waterside location, which is part of an area of outstanding natural beauty.
Can't fault a house, lovely property. I would still give it 10 out of 10.
It's done beautifully. Neutral colours, woodwork's amazing in there. The kitchen's gorgeous. I love the house. It's got character. Love the garden. But to me, I just think it's too big for us.
A property with bags of character, a bit of a project with a garden, maybe a flight of stairs too many, maybe. Hi! Have you really had a good look round now?
Yeah.
Is it time for a cup of tea or a glass of wine, maybe?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
And a bit of a chat about where we go from here?
Yeah,
Okay.
lovely.
The culture of the Welsh borders is a fascinating mix of both English and Welsh traditions. While some customs on the Welsh side have historically struggled against enforced Anglicisation and the spread of the Methodist Church, recent years have seen strong will to revive all things Cymraeg or Welsh. In Monmouthshire, the magnificent Tredegar House, now in the hands of the National Trust, has been home to makers of traditional Welsh folk instruments for over 30 years. I'm meeting Marcus Butler, the man at the forefront of the musical craft revival.
Marcus, you work in such an inspiring place. What instruments do you actually make here?
Well, we make early percussion instruments of several periods. We make concertinas. We make some small harps as well. And we really turn our hand to any request if we think we can do it.
Where do you learn these skills from?
I bought an old concertina from an antique shop and pulled it to pieces. Looked at it, thought I could do that, so I did.
What makes you so passionate about traditional Welsh music?
It plucks at the heartstrings. If it makes you cry, it must be good music. It just gets inside you. There's more Welsh music now than there ever was, which is a move forward in my view.
Marcus now works with a team of 3 artisan instrument makers. David Cox is showing me how they make the traditional Welsh drum or tabath to a centuries-old design found nowhere else in the world.
So how do we know this is how the drum was always traditionally made?
The drawings were discovered by Reverend Meredith Morris from the Cwngwaun Valley. He was a traditional Welsh maker around the 1920s, something like that. But these go back to about 1400.
So this is a real bit of traditional Welsh history here.
Absolutely, yeah.
These drawings only resurfaced around a decade ago, but are now thought to be identical in design to the drum used in the time of Owen Glendower, the last native Welshman to hold the title Prince of Wales in the 15th century.
Well, basically, this is what we call the shell of the drum or the barrel. These days we use birch ply, which is a high-quality plywood for drum making. Okay, so, and it's got a natural bend in it.
Wow.
Once the plywood is cut and glued, hoops made from steamed strips of locally sourced ash are used to affix a circle of cut goatskin in a process called lapping.
It's what we call a tuck-in knife. Okay, so if you get that excess skin, okay, and then with the end of the knife, just tuck it underneath the flesh hoop. Don't be afraid of it, just push it in there, that's it, keep on going.
Am I just checking I'm doing this right?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just rip it apart after.
These drums are double-skinned, meaning there's a drumming surface on both the top and the bottom. It takes around 2 days to complete a drum. The larger the size, the deeper the pitch. This one will sell for around £250, with musicians from all corners of the globe seeking out its resonant tone.
It's probably the the sort of natural earthy sound that you get from these type of skins. Okay, this sort of sound would have been peered through the valleys and villages all over Wales. This tradition has got to live on, you know. Especially the traditional tabarth. We're probably the only maker in the world. I wouldn't say dying art, but it's an art that we want to carry on and pass on.
The barrel and hoops are assembled and tensioned together using rope.
That's an actual traditional hemp rope. It's similar to what would have been used in the 1400s. And then you'll end up with something like that. And that is a complete traditional Welsh tabarth. There's a beaker there.
Well,
okay,
if I can, really?
Go for it.
Oh, that's gorgeous. I love that.
I'm not quite beating my own drum, but I am getting to join in with the traditional Welsh jig called Hela Sgwarnog, or hunting the hare. Now to see if any of our houses are singing from the same song sheet as Karen and Peter's property wish list, here in the Welsh Borders.
Well, now Karen and Peter have seen all our properties, and with our offer in on House 1, I just cannot wait to find out the latest news. Well, we're at the end of a couple of great days of searching.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Good.
And you kind of fell in love with House 1 on the
Yeah.
first day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it about that house that was just so special?
From the outside, it looked perfect. Everything about it, I kept saying I give it 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Just had that feel about it. You know, don't you, when you walk in and open the door and it's like, this has got something, you know.
The picture,
Yeah.
us being there with our family, grandchildren.
Yeah. I always said if a house brings me to tears, then that's got to be the right house, and I just couldn't help it.
Dying to ask, you put an offer in.
Yeah, we put an offer in and they refused. We went back with another offer and they accepted.
Really? Oh my God, I'm so happy, yay! We're moving! Oh, congratulations.
you.
It has been a
Thank you.
joy to be on this journey with you, and I am so glad we found you a new home.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, we've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been one of the best things we've ever had happen to us. It will just live with us forever, won't it?
Peter, will you do the honours, opening the champagne? I think this is called for at the end of our adventure here. Oh, fantastic. To a new home.
Thanks, Margarita.
Cheers.
Cheers. We showed Karen and Peter 3 fantastic properties, and after the first one won their hearts, I'm so glad to hear their offer has been accepted, and this gorgeous corner of the world will soon be their new home. We'll see you next time on Escape to the Country.
If you would like to escape to the country in England, Northern Ireland, Wales or Scotland and need our help, you can apply online at bbc.co.uk/Be On A Show.